So Gary Lineker has achieved what I thought may have been impossible, uniting a divided Conservative Party and a majority of Brits in a mission to stop the boats, smash the people smuggling gangs and stop the inhumane trade in humans across the Channel, which is putting British lives and livelihoods at risk. The illegal migration bill, which, you know, Lineker tweeted about, didn't he, was passed by 312 to 250 without a single Tory voting against last night, with the wet MPs instead choosing to abstain, the wet Tories, that is. They know this policy is the one that could win them the next election, with Slippery Starmer and Labour proving their open borders credentials by backing the woke mob smashing impartiality at the British Bashing Corporation forevermore. And every poll taken for the left-wing media shows the public rallying around the government too, not the prima donna auto-cue virtue signallers on multi-million-pound salaries. For example, a survey for left-wing newspaper The Independent has revealed that 42% of the public backed Superwoman Suella's plan, with just 25% opposed. Of course, there remain Lineker Tories, that's what I'm going to call them now, Lineker Tories like Caroline Nokes, who are increasingly out of step with their party members and the public at large, who are fearful after seeing their communities torn apart by tens of thousands of illegal migrants.
Couldn't bring myself to vote for this bill. I don't think it's going to have the impact that the government has suggested. I don't think this is going to deter a single migrant from making that crossing. I listened to the words that the Home Secretary said last week, raising the spectre. I think it was started off at 100 million displaced people all coming here. Well, that simply is a fallacy. They're not coming here.
But the target for Lineker's Twitter disciples today was Blackpool South MP Scott Benton for expressing a concern that the vast majority of Brits share. We're full, and migration, both legal and illegal, must dramatically decrease.
Our public services are already creaking under enormous pressure, and we simply can't accept hundreds of millions of people who would no doubt look to come here for a better life. I am afraid this country is nearly full. The measures in this bill are those which the residents of Blackpool have been crying out for an awful long time. These new measures can only work if we fully enact our Rwandan plan.
Now, the attacks Scott is experiencing for expressing this mainstream view shows just how far the political establishment and the MSM have gone from the concerns of real Brits. But this Tory battle isn't over, far from it. The government now faces an important challenge from the right of the party, with The Spectator's political editor Katie Balls reporting today that some are planning to, quote, toughen up the bill with an amendment on leaving the ECHR. Now, Sunak, he sees that as the nuclear option. But like the Home Secretary who campaigned on the policy in the leadership election last summer, I believe it's a necessity if the government is truly serious about stopping the boats. And at this point, I think that's the only thing that can save Rishi Sunak's premiership.